evening, everyone, and welcome to Stampin' Chat Live. I am Gina from Gina K Designs, and it's great to see all of you from all over the United States and all over the world joining us here for another edition of Stampin' Chat. Hey, Tom.
Hello, how are you?
Good. Where are you? There you are.
Happy Stampin' Chat,
Oh.
Stampin' Cry, Stampin' Vent.
I'm sneezing.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know. I started off sneezing. Well, it is great to see you here. How was your day, Tom?
Oh, I was busy. Back into things after the wonderful Thanksgiving vacation.
Yeah, we had a nice long weekend. Got to spend some time with our girls, which was really nice. And yeah, it's good to be back, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Back in the bustle.
Yes. Is your mic up?
It is.
Good. Just making sure. Because sometimes you say the best stuff, and then if you have your mic down, so I want to make sure everyone can hear you. Well, I see everybody coming in from all over the place, and it is a blustery day here in Wisconsin. I was freezing all day today, but now, of course, right before I go live, I get under the hot lights and I got hot, so I took my denim jacket off. But today we're going to be playing with rainbows. We're going to be making some rainbow cards. And I noticed that in our forum over at Facebook, a lot of people, our group over at Facebook, a lot of people were asking what are good color combinations for rainbows. And I had done a rainbow color combination thing maybe 18 months ago, but those videos do get lost and it's sometimes hard to find them. And who doesn't like a refresher when it comes to rainbows? So I'm going to show you some of my favorite color combinations for making rainbows. Now, the first one I want to show you is a very traditional rainbow. Starts with all bright colors, and the first color is going to be red velvet. Let me do them this way so I can go right across. Red velvet. And then a good orange next would be Tangerine Twist, and then Wild Dandelion. And then I'm going to kind of go in a U here because these are big. Last time I did it with ink cubes. And then I like going to maybe Lucky Clover. You could also substitute Jelly Bean Green in here. And then you want to go to a turquoise. So I like Turquoise Sea. Now, what some people do here is some people will go to a blue. So they will go from turquoise to blue and do powder blue. You could do blue denim here. But I don't always use the blue. I kind of make turquoise my blue, and then I go right to the next color. But we'll add it in here just in case you want the full spectrum. And then we would go to Wild Lilac, and then we would go to pink, which then goes back into the red. So you can see this just goes around like this. Now you can start anywhere you want. Okay, so if you wanted to start with yellow, say, you would start with yellow, green, turquoise, blue, purple, pink, then red, and orange. So you always have that same exact color scheme going, but you can start with any color you want. So people do think you always have to start with red. You don't. You can start anywhere on this spectrum, but this is the best way to blend colors together. So when you're just doing regular blends and you're not necessarily interested in doing the entire rainbow and you want the best blend and the easiest blend, oh yes, Blue Lagoon would look really pretty in there. You're right. I'll bring that one out just so people can see it because it is a great blue. There it is. Very good choice. That's Blue Lagoon. And then you could also do blue raspberry if you wanted to go a little brighter. Could do blue raspberry. So, you just pick a blue and, pick whatever one you want, and that's going to go into the purple. So now when you're ink blending, this is the big thing. When you're blending ink, a lot of times people will be like, okay, well, I want to use orange, I want to use yellow, and I want to use green on my card. And they're not exactly sure how to get that perfect blend. And sometimes they'll do the yellow, the orange, and the green, and then they'll go to yellow, and then in between here is brown, and they're like, ugh, that's so ugly. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. What am I doing wrong? What you're doing wrong is you're going outside of the order. So you want to make sure that you have the orange going into the yellow and then the yellow going into the green. Now you can skip colors sometimes. So sometimes you can do red into yellow and it'll make orange in the middle. So it always works with the primary colors, red, orange, and blue, because you'll get, red, yellow, and blue, because you'll get orange and you'll get green just by blending. Does that make sense? Here, let me do it this way. So if you just had 3 primary colors and you wanted to blend, go from your red into your yellow and then your yellow into your blue. And right in here, you'll make orange, and right in here, you'll make green. So I am going to do a cheat sheet. I will post a cheat sheet in our forum. Okay, so let me put these colors aside here because these are great rainbow bright colors. Now, some of you like a softer rainbow. So I have some colors that are really nice for a softer rainbow. So instead of using this deep dark red, you could start with Coral Reef. So basically what you're using is you're using a very light red. Oh, the pink I was using is Passionate Pink. That was Passionate Pink. I will do the cheat sheet, I promise. Okay, so you have Coral Reef here, and that will go into Sweet Mango. So you can see the difference here, how this is darker and this is darker. I hope it comes through okay on the screen. I think you guys can see that. These are just lighter versions. This is a lighter red and a lighter, paler orange. And then instead of doing this real bright yellow, you could go with a softer yellow like sweet corn or even lemon drop would work. Then for greens, you can go to Applemint. It can be a very soft green. If you want to go a little darker than Applemint, you can use Jelly Bean Green. But Applemint is really pretty for this really light pastel blend. Then go to something like Sea Glass. And then if you wanted to do blue, Powder Blue is a very nice pale blue. And then into lovely Lavender, and then into Bubblegum Pink, and then back to Coral Reef. And if you don't want to use Bubblegum Pink here, another really good color that blends really nicely into Coral Reef is Dusty Rose. So I will put this combination in. I just think this one's really pretty. So I'm going to do a little demo of this, but I want to show you one more color combination. And this is really one of my favorites, is our neons. So Rena's neon inks are amazing. So this is Raging Red, and Raging Red would go into Orange Glow. That would go into Hello Yellow. That would go into Screaming Green. And then from Screaming Green, you'd do Blaring Blue. Blaring Blue, you would do Potent Purple, and Potent Purple, you would go into Poppin' Pink, and Poppin' Pink then would go back into the red. So she doesn't have a turquoise. She's got a blue, but when you mix this Blaring Blue and Screaming Green, it makes a fantastic turquoise. I promise, Vicki, I will do that cheat sheet. I know that will be really helpful. And then all you have to do is look at that cheat sheet, and you just have to pick 3 or 4 colors that are next to each other to get a really nice blend. The difference between the Electropop ink and our regular ink, let me just give you a little example, okay? Let me find a good bright color. Okay, so here is Passionate Pink. I'm going to zoom in a bit so you can see this a little bit more closely. Okay, so Passionate Pink is a really bright, vibrant pink. So let me show you what that looks like. Okay, you can see that's really pretty, right? It's got a lot of berry in it, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful pink. I did stamp a flower earlier in it so you can see how it smooths out. That is our Passionate Pink. Now, Poppin' Pink is a neon ink. So it's got kind of like some sort of phosphorescent something or other in it. And it absolutely glows. So check this out. Can you see the difference in that? How's that look on your screen, Tom?
It's great.
Yeah. So can you see how it glows? It's almost like a highlighter, you know, it's really fluorescent. So the Electropop inks are super fluorescent. And if you love the bright colors, kids love these colors to stamp with. They're super smooth. They have a nice smoothing agent in, just like our ink. So you get that smoothness once it's dry. But these colors are definitely more apt to glow. All right, here's the Raging Red. Can you see how red that is? Like, it's like, wow. And here's, what do I have here? Let me get, where did it go? Okay, here's Red Velvet. And Red Velvet's a pretty true red, but can you see how this one is just like, holy cow, kind of needs sunglasses for these inks, which is amazing because they're so vibrant and they blend so beautifully. If you want to check out Rena's YouTube channel, Gina K Designs, she's got lots of ink blending and stuff that she does with these inks, and they're amazing. And I really love them. I don't use them enough. I'm going to have to do a video really soon using these. But if you're still looking for something to get for 25% off, these would be a great thing to get at a discount. They're amazing. Okay, so now let's talk a little bit about different ways that you can actually blend rainbows. So we'll do something more traditional with a piece of cardstock here, and I'll take this water droplet stencil and I'll put this right on top. I'm going to tape it down with a little bit of washi tape. Lois, they don't glow in the dark with black light, but if you put them in the sunshine, they will. You put your sunglasses on because they are amazing. Okay. The sale is over tonight at midnight. Our sale started last Wednesday and it goes until midnight tonight, 11:59 p.m. Central Time. All right, so we're going to start with just a basic red. This is Red Velvet, and I've got my red blending brush here. And I'm just going to do kind of like just a rainbow kind of going down this stencil. And I'm not going to do the entire stencil. I'm just going to do it so that I'm using just a little bit of the stencil, not the whole thing. And you'll see what I mean. And it's a cool look. Okay, so I'm going to ink this up. And I'm going to start up here just at the top, and I'm going to bring in a little bit of this red. One of the things that I tend to do when I'm blending, because I want to try to get all 8 colors in, I tend to do too much red. So I'm trying to not do a lot of red here because I want to make sure that I get all the colors in. All right, so now I'm going to move to my orange, which is Tangerine Twist. And I'm going to bring that just up into that red and down a little bit. And again, our inks have this amazing smoothing agent in them, and they just blend so smoothly, you will not believe it. Oh, Cindy, yes, you can order more than once. Absolutely. That coupon code is for everyone. So, you know, we have no way to monitor that, and we don't want to because we know people watch videos and they see something, and if you missed something in your cart, by all means, go ahead and place another order. Okay, so I'm going to use Wild Dandelion next, and I'm going to work my way right along here and up into that tangerine. And then I always go back and just see what was left on my brush, and I bring that down a little bit again. And that kind of hides that line of demarcation a little bit. Okay, there we go. All right, so now my next color is going to be Lucky Clover. I'm going to use that one next. And again, like I said, you can use Jelly Bean Green for this if you prefer, or Grass Green. Okay. I saw some Donna said, trust me, the code works multiple times. Hangs head in shame. Donna, you are so funny. Okay. So there we go. I'm bringing some green in there. Now I'm going to go back with that yellow brush again, and I'm going to work my way down into that green just to lighten the green along the line. The coupon code, I think Tom still has that coupon code. It is Turkey 25. Turkey 25. Okay, so now we're going to add some Turquoise Sea in here. And again, you know, I'm trying not to go like make my area too big because I definitely want to get the purple and the pink still in here. And I'm just going to work that up a little bit into the green. That just is such a pretty blend right there. Oh, thank you. You're so welcome. Thank you. We appreciate all the support that you guys have given us this weekend. It's amazing, and we really appreciate it. All right, now I'm going to use some wild lilac. I want to leave some of the edges not completely done. I just kind of want it to be more like in the center, and then I could stamp a big graphic saying in there. But you could definitely go to the edge if you prefer. Okay, so this one can be a little messy, this purple to turquoise blend. So I did a little bit there, and now I'm going to go back with that turquoise, and I'm going to go back into the purple. And you'll notice I didn't use any blue. I went right from turquoise to purple, but can you see over here where they blended together? It turns more blue. It's less green. And then you've got the turquoise, but then you've got almost like a sea foam in here where it blended together. And then my final color is going to be the Passionate Pink. And I'm just going to bring this up from the end here. And then I will add a little bit more, whatever's left on that purple brush, down into that pink to kind of transform that color a little bit. All right, so let's see what that looks like now. Isn't that such a pretty blend? And you see, I kind of like how it fades off on the edges. Now, I did make this very big, so this wouldn't be the actual size of my card. So probably when I cut my card down, I'll lose a little bit here. But this was really just for show. And I could see something like, let me see if I have a set over here. I don't know where I put it. I'll be right back. Just kidding, I'm not leaving. Let's see. No, I don't have it. But we have sets that, oh, here's one. For example, this is Emily's new set, and this is Argita's new set. So you could take something like this and stamp a big greeting right over that. Maybe if you did it more in pastels for this, but we have some greetings that are definitely bolder. And you can also do fun things like just stamp flowers in black and white over that, and then maybe color them in a little bit, but color them in whatever color they're resting on to just bring that color out a little bit more. So that is a more traditional blend. And that's a fun way. Of course, using stencils is always fun. Now I'm going to show you another way to do a blend. And then we're going to do one more way and make a card out of that one. So here I have a 6x6 piece of cardstock. And I'm going to use everyone's favorite snowflake stencil, the Stellar Snowflake. This is definitely one of my favorites. I've done so many videos with this stencil. It's like, it's ridiculous. So let me just tape that down. Yeah, and then I'll show you that in just a little bit, and you'll see that smoothing agent, how everything just smooths out so nicely. Okay, I'm going to use my tiny little blending brushes here because I want to do the same rainbow blend, but I'm going to do it from the center and work my way out. So I'm going to start with the red, and I'm using the tiny blender, and I'm going to start that right in the center, just like that. Then I'm going to move to Tangerine Twist, and I'm going to work my way around that. Why not? Why not have a rainbow snowflake, right? But if you have maybe a mandala type of stencil, like our snowflake mandala is beautiful. We also have our, it's like a sunburst one. It's really beautiful. The name escapes me right now, but You guys can find them all if you look in our stencil category. We've got some other round stencils like this that are amazing for this technique. So I'm using the wild dandelion here, blending that all in. Now my next color is going to be green, so I'm going to go to the Lucky Clover. I've got my little green blending brush. The little ones are really useful. And I think you really see the difference when the stencil comes off of how well it's blended. I don't know, when the stencil's on there, sometimes you look at it and go, oh, I don't know if this blend is very even and very nice. And then you take the stencil off and you're like, I am a rock star. Well, not really, but you know what I mean. You will say that about yourself. All right, I'm going to go back with this yellow and just blend that in a little bit to that green. Okay. Ooh, Tom's playing music. Yes. Okay, now I'm going to go. The ink stands, we did get them in, but we didn't get them in time to get them posted for our sale. So we should have the ink stands coming up probably later this week. We just have to get some people free because they all started getting really busy and nobody had time to get them in. Okay, so I'm going around here. I know I'm goofy, I'm gonna tell you. And this kind of even looks maybe a little like wonky, but once you take the stencil off and you don't see all the stuff from the Mylar around the stencil, it just looks so much better. And this would be really fun. I mean, I love rainbows. So if somebody sent me a rainbow snowflake for a Christmas card, I would be like, yeah, rock on. I'd love it. Okay, so now I'm going to use a little bit of purple. So I'm going to go to Wild Lilac. Dawn, that's a great question. When is our next release? You know, we're going to play that by ear right now because we are so incredibly busy with shipping and we don't want to overwhelm our shippers. And we also don't want to make you guys wait a really long time. So we're going to play it by ear. The release is scheduled to be December 13th. But we really got hit hard with this sale. And again, I can't thank you guys enough for all of your support. You really, really, you're keeping us alive. And that means the world to us. It really does. Okay. All right. So there's the purple, the Wild Lilac. And I'm going to just hit the edges with some of that pink. Now, where did I put the pink? All right, I'll find it. Give me a second. Everything's everywhere. Did I really lose the pink? Oh, here it is. Okay. This brush is not exactly pink, so I'm going to use my big pink one. Don't worry about the edges because this would get cut down anyway. So if it goes a little outside, I cut my cardstock a little bigger so that the tape would work. Okay. Okay, ready for the fun? Let's do it. It does look like a hot mess right now, doesn't it? It's the best part about crafting. Oh, look at that. Isn't that so pretty? And look how it just blends so nicely. So you can go rainbow from the center and work your way out, or you can go rainbow from the top and work your way down. So the ink pad holders are from a store called the Ink Stand Shop. And they have their own website, but we are getting them in as well. So if you wanted to wait, that's totally fine. If not, you can go and visit their store, the inkstandshop.com. I believe that's what it is. If Brianna's here, she can post it. Okay, so now I'm going to take a piece of cardstock here, and we're going to do something really fun. Not that that wasn't really fun, because that was fun. But I'm going to cut this cardstock down to 3 3/4 inches by 5 inches. And then I'm going to get a piece of Masking Magic. So here's a piece of Masking Magic. Now Masking Magic measures 5 inches by 7 inches. So I'm going to cut this at 3.5 inches. So I'll have 2 pieces of Masking Magic that I can do this same technique twice. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to cut a curve in the Masking Magic. All right. So I'm just going to cut it, and it doesn't have to be a perfect curve. Like it could be like a little lower on one side and work its way up. That's totally fine. So maybe I'll do that. I will do something like that. There we go. Okay. It doesn't look wonky, you don't think? I don't know. It's once you cut it all down, I'll show you, because once you cut this all down, you get rid of those edges. It really does look nice. I even think this would be a really pretty background for a little 6x6 scrapbook. You can put your photos on there, and wouldn't that be fun? Oh, for the stencil, well, usually when I'm working at my desk, I'll just wipe it down with our tidy towel. This little black cloth that's damp, and I use it all the time for my stamps. Or I'll just keep a little bowl on my desk of water, and I'll toss it in the bowl with a little liquid detergent in there. But then, you know, if it has a lot of ink on it, I can always spray a little bit of the Gina K Design stamp cleaner on it, and that will take off any ink, even black ink, because I've used black ink for my stencils, which is really cool, but it is stainy, but it comes right off. Okay, so now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to adhere part of this to the bottom. Okay. I start listening to Tom play. Okay. So I'm going to do that. And I'm not worried if I go, you know, if I've got edges, because I'm still going to trim this down a little bit more. And then I'm going to put the other one up here. So I'm kind of making like a rainbow. Now you have complete creative license to do your rainbow any way that you want. And I'm going to do mine weird, because it's fun to be weird. So I'm going to do mine weird. And I'll show you what I mean in a minute. Okay, here we go. So I've got this nice big rainbow going across my cardstock. Now, although I think my card is going to go this way, and it would make sense to have red, orange, yellow, right? I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to do red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, pink. I'm going to go across this way. Just because I want to be different. I think it's fun, and I have a little idea of what to do with my design for this. Okay, so you can see I turned my rainbow sideways because I'm going to start working from this end. If your tidy towel shreds, it's just because it's not wet enough. You got to have it a little wetter, or else the roughness from the stamp will make it shred. And it is a tool, but it's not a forever tool. So after a while, they do have to be replaced. Okay, so I'm going to start with red velvet. I'm going to use my bigger ink blending brushes here. And I'm going to start right here at the top, and I'm going to work my way down. I'm going to go down a little further with the red because I am going to be trimming this down a little bit. So I do need to get a little bit more red in there. And I also need to get a little bit more pink in there. Okay. Yep, just make it wetter. It'll be fine. Okay. People keep it pretty dry, and it needs to be wet. Okay, so now I'm going to go to Tangerine Twist. And I'm going to start kind of coming in from the side here, and then work my way up into that red. Look how smooth that is. Such a nice two colors together. And then I'm going to go back with the red again and work my way down a little bit into that orange. You are a rock star. Don't you forget it. Okay. Now we're going to go to the wild dandelion. And we're going to add some of that in here. Wild dandelion is a great blendy color. So if you're needing a yellow, wild dandelion, what's nice about it is because it's yellow, it will work in your pastel blend too. So if you only want to get one yellow, wild dandelion's the one I recommend. Sweet corn is really good for autumn cards because it's buttery. But wild dandelion is very, very primary yellow. Okay, now we're going to move to Lucky Clover. We'll go in here with some Lucky Clover. How many of you use blending brushes? I'm really interested to know if you guys use blending brushes for your blends, or if you're still using sponges, or if you're using another type of tool. I have a couple different tools that I use. I still use sponge daubers occasionally, but blending brushes has become my new love. All right, so now we're going to get some blue in there. And if we don't get the pink, that's fine, but I might have to have a little pink. Okay, I'll get pink in. If I have to squish it in there, I'm getting it in there. Okay, so here we go with the Turquoise Sea. Yep, Tom is flashing that coupon code up there for you guys again. Turkey 25, and it expires tonight. Can you go back to the comments for me there, Tom? Thank you. Okay. I have to see how many of you are using blending brushes. Yes, I will list all of the colors here on my video that I used tonight for this project and for these two, because it's all the same. And then I'm going to make a chart that I'm going to post over in our Facebook group. And I think I could probably post the chart on my community tab here on YouTube as well, so you guys can see it too if you don't go to Facebook. Okay, now I'm doing a little bit of purple here. I'm trying to leave room for pink. I'm going back with the blue. Okay, that's all I'm doing with the purple. That's it. And now I'm going to do the pink. Okay, and the pink I'm going to come in from the bottom here and work my way right up into that purple. Because I'm going to trim this down a little bit. And then I'm going back with the purple again. Get more purple down in that pink. Okay, so now here's the fun part. And remember, Masking Magic you can reuse. Sorry, I was being hidden there by the coupon. Okay, so here we go. Peel this off. And so for something like this, if I wanted to make this card again, I have my Sentimental Bouquet stamp set. This is the one I'm going to use tonight. I will just tape this right on the back. This way I know where it is and I can use it again. Here's my little rainbow. Okay. So isn't that fun? Now I know that this is a wonky rainbow because rainbows don't go this way, but again, we're just having fun. So you could cut this with master layouts too. Let's do that because I think that's going to help me like center it really nicely. I'm going to use master layouts too. I want to make sure I don't cut off too much of the pink or too much of the red. So let me get my die cutting machine. I have blending brushes and ink pads everywhere. Okay, I have no room. Okay. And we'll go back and look at these after they've had a chance to just sit for a little bit. Okay. And I'm going to move it down toward the bottom a little bit. I want this to be a little bit closer to the top. Now you could do this same card this way if you wanted, you know, and have the whole whatever I'm going to do coming down this way. But I think that's because I don't know for sure, but I have an idea. I was just stamping a lot of flowers today, and I was in the mood for rainbows, so I stamped a bunch of flowers in rainbow order. So I think I'm going to use them for this card. Okay. It does look like Northern Lights, Nancy. You're right. Okay. That was a little bit... I have things falling in front of me. That's why I was being a little careful. Oh, I'm so glad you like the master layouts. My dye inks, I'm still using some of my original dye inks from, I don't know, how many years have we had ink, Tom? Like 8, 9 years. I'm still using some of my originals, and I've probably only re-inked my most used ones once or maybe twice. Yeah, they last. They last because these are a high quality felt pad, and the felt pads, they don't need to be re-inked anywhere near as often. The firm foam pads do need more re-inking. So if you have a felt pad, you're going to see it's going to stay juicy for a really long time because it doesn't let out quite as much ink. Like when you squish down, it doesn't squish back up with ink. It's more firm, and so the ink just really stays in there. And I have not had to re-ink in a, I can't even tell you. I re-ink my black pad because I use it all the time. And I, you know, some of my primary colors that I do a lot of ink blending with, I'll re-ink. But I've never gone through a re-inker yet since we started doing ink. So it's a good investment and it will last a long time. Okay. I know everybody has their preference on what they like. And I'm not saying one is better than the other. I'm just saying that they're different from each other. You know, there's benefits to both. So get them all. Just kidding. Kind of. Okay. So there I have the... this die in black behind there. Okay. I don't have any videos using liquid dye inks unless what you mean is like doing re-inker techniques. And then yes, I have many, many videos using re-inkers. One of the ways I love to use the re-inkers, which is a liquid dye ink, that's exactly what it is to put it on a baby wipe and make plaids and things like that, and also to use a baby wipe as an ink pad. So you can actually stamp different colors together and make cool blends. I'm sorry, you can ink certain colors together and make cool blends on a baby wipe, and then use that baby wipe as your ink pad and dip your stamp in it and stamp. It's super cool. I have lots of videos. Just go to my channel, and in my channel search bar, type re-inkers, and videos will come up. I have so many videos for so many years, and I've been through a lot of hairstyles, so don't be shocked if you're watching an old video. I always say I had more hairstyles than Oprah. Oprah used to have, I mean, I watched Oprah for so long. I feel like I went through all her phases with her. And if you watched my videos since the beginning, you will feel the same way because some of those hairstyles were hideous, but I thought I looked great. Okay, so I'm going to tape these two together. This on here. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you guys like our ink. We've had ink for a really long time. And we have something really exciting coming very soon regarding ink. So I can't wait to tell you about it, but I can't tell you yet. So that's a little teaser. And I'm sorry, please don't hate me for that, but stuff slips out of my mouth sometimes and I can't help myself. I get really excited. All right, I'm going to just do a clean piece so this looks a little better. Okay, I know, right? We've all had those hairstyle phases, so I don't feel so bad. You guys can relate, right? Okay, so I wanted to show you the stamp set that I use. Let me show you a better one because I pulled one so that you could see it. This is called Sentimental Bouquet. This stamp set is normally $19.95. It's a fantastic stamp set. It has Get Well Soon, Thinking of You, Thank You, Happy Birthday, and With Sympathy. So this is one of those all-around, all-occasion stamp sets. It's great for a beginner stamper or for somebody who maybe likes to sometimes stamp on the go and you need that one set that you can use all kinds of different greetings with. It's got this cool square here where you can stamp a pastel color and then stamp a darker version of that color using the flowers, so it kind of grounds the flowers. It's very cool. These can also be used in the wreath builder, so I really like that about this set as well. And it's got a full coordinating die set that, trying to think how much this die set is. I'm not exactly sure, but I know that this is one of the Stamp and Die bundles that is in our Black Friday blowout category. And I believe this whole thing is only $19.95. So you get these dies for free. And it's on a magnet. So this is a really great set. I love it. It's one of my go-tos. I use it all the time. I believe we have 53 colors plus amalgam inks, a couple of pigment inks, and an embossing and watermark ink. But don't hold me to that because Julie would know. Julie's here. Hi, Julie. Okay. So I stamped some of these images from this stamp set using the rainbow colors. So I did a red one, and I did an orange one, and I did a yellow one. I didn't do a green one, but I did some green leaves. Did a bunch of those. And then I did a turquoise sea one, a wild lilac one, and a passionate pink one. So I thought it would be fun to just do like you just threw flowers right across this rainbow. And then I die cut this big hello. And this is one of our dies. It's one of our word dies. It's just called hello. And I thought it'd be fun to put this down here at the bottom in black and just make this really pretty, fun, bright card. Nothing like a flower card and rainbows, of course. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to place these where they would go on the rainbow. I don't know my rainbow order. After all that, see guys? Okay. And we can pop some of them up. So in here where it's green, we'll definitely make sure that we have some leaves in there. And then we can pick it up again over here where it starts to turn to turquoise. So I'm just kind of laying it out and getting an idea of how I want it to look. I'll put this one down here a little bit, and then we'll bring this behind that right there. So what do you guys think of that layout? Is that fun? And then we can add some more leaves in here. See, I was cold earlier, and now I'm sweating. And that is a personal weather pattern. That's what I call that. Okay, let's see. Where do we put this one? Definitely want to get some of these over here. We need to get some greenery down here. Maybe we'll just add one more right up here. Like that. Okay. That feels like balanced because you got some stuff hanging down here and you got some stuff sticking up there. And then yes, my personal weather patterns. And then this will just go right on top like that. Okay. So now that I know what it looks like, what I like to do, see, I'm watching you guys talk to me here. What I like to do sometimes is I will get my phone and I'll take a picture of it. And then I can mess it all up, but I have my phone right here, so I'm able to see exactly how I liked it before I disassembled it and started over again, if that makes sense. Okay, so I'm definitely going to make this orange one flat because I'm going to glue the hello over that. So where these are, that's going to be flat, and then I'll pop up some of the other ones. So let's start there. Let's tape down the flowers first, and I'm just doing a little bit of tape right in the center here. That's going to be taped down. We'll get the purple taped down over here, and then we'll get these leaves taped down. It's brighter on your screen. Pretty bright in real life. Okay, and then this one needs to get taped down too. Yeah, I like the press and seal, but because I want to do this, I want to have like some popped up and stuff. I'm not sure if that would work as well for my thing here that I'm trying to achieve. Okay, so now I've got these down. And this one's going to go down too. You don't have to pop up much. Here we go. Okay. So this one I'm going to pop up. This one I'm going to pop up. This one I think I will leave down. And then I'll pop up the blue one. This I will tape down too. There we go. Okay, so let me find some foam squares. All right, so just for a little dimension here, we'll just pop up some of them. How do I come up with my ink names? That's a great question because so many of them are food. So I think I was really hungry when I was coming up with some of them. But I really, when I come up with a name, I really look at the color and see what I think it looks like. You know, like what does it look like to me? And that's usually the first thing that comes to mind quite often is the one we go with. I love the music too. Okay, here we go. And we could add some little sequins in here if we wanted to be more decorative. Do you guys think that I don't know. Let me do this. Let me lay this here again. Oh, I could pop up the purple one. I'm going to pop up this one. I feel like that one needs to be popped up. Here we go. Yeah, that one needed to be popped up. Okay, so now I'm going to use some Connect glue. And I want to tell you a little bit about our Connect glue. I don't know if you've purchased any new glue recently, but we did make a small change to our Connect glue. The Connect glue now has a freeze thaw agent in it. I gotta find my Connect glue. Where is it? Here it is. Okay. So it's got a freeze thaw agent in it, which is really important for Wisconsin because we ship out of Wisconsin. You can see sometimes it looks a little glowy, like it's blue, and that is just the freeze thaw agent in there. So, and it doesn't always look like that. Just sometimes it does. I don't know if it settles and it looks like that, but it won't hurt it at all. And it still will dry clear. But if you if you live somewhere cold, it was getting harder because, I don't know, we've had some really brutal winters, and the Connect glue, I froze it and it froze just fine and it thawed just fine. But what we found out was it couldn't freeze a second time. So what was happening in the winter is it was coming in to frozen Wisconsin, and it was frozen, and then it thawed out and it worked fine. But then we would ship it to Michigan, we would ship it to Chicago, we would ship it up to New England, and it would freeze again, and then people were having some trouble with that. If we were sending it to Florida, it was fine. And so we couldn't understand what was wrong. Like, why was it only sometimes? But it had to do with that second freeze. So now our Connect glue does have a freeze thaw agent in it. So if it looks a little blue when you use it, don't worry. That is just the freeze thaw agent in there. It doesn't affect the Connect glue at all. It works exactly the same way. And it's awesome. Okay. But now we don't have to be nervous this winter. You know, we can still get it to you without issue. So I think I'm going to put a couple little sequins on here just to jazz it up. Now, Lisa told me that we sold out of our disco ball sequins. So she said I'm supposed to pick something else. I don't know. You know, me and disco ball, we go way back. Let me see. I don't know if I have anything else. That's my problem. I mean, I do, but I don't know if I have it here. Oh, I'll use these. These are really pretty. These are the Angel Aura Rhinestones. So I'll use some of these, and there's tiny ones in here too. So I think I just want to put them right in the center. Okay, and I want to show you something else that is coming really soon. We have these cute little bottles, and I'm going to show you all kinds of things that you can do with them. But this is what they look like, and they're coming very soon in a 3-pack. And I just squirted some Connect glue in here. So I'm just going to do some really, really tiny little dots of Connect glue. But you can also use these for reinkers, and you can paint with your reinkers with this. You can put alcohol and ink reinkers in here to create alcohol ink. You can put all kinds of things in here. You can put shimmer in here and then mix it with a little glue. And all you have to do is just wipe the top off. And then it's got this little rubbery thing on here. So these are coming next week with the ink stands and a new larger size Connect glue, which is exciting. I can't wait to show you that. I'm going to try putting them on this way, even though I like my jewel picker. I want to see if this works. Oh, that does work. Now, I think I like the jewel picker better, but I'm not going to argue. I have to actually let go. Oh, so we've got lots of fun new things coming. I'm getting my jewel picker. This is crazy. I just don't know where it is. I've lost everything on my desk. Here it is. Okay. There we go. Oh, I like these. These are really pretty. I think these just came back in stock too. I don't know if Lisa put them back up online yet, but we were waiting for these. We were getting low. The Angel Aura. They're so amazing and sparkly, and they pick up. They're like the disco ball. They pick up whatever color they're sitting on. So that's kind of cool. Okay. Okay, there we go. All right. So I don't know. Can they see those, Tom? Those little rhinestones?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. Gotta put a little bling on there, right?
Spectacular.
Oops, I moved that one. Get that right back in place. I put a ton of glue there. I did not need that much glue. Let me clean it up with my Tim Holtz craft pick. There we go. Okay. All right. So we could take a look one more time at these now that they've had a chance to dry. You can see that blend, how smooth that is. I know it was smooth before, but it's even smoother now. You cannot see between those colors. And there's the snowflake again. No, there's not a release Wednesday, Vicki. Next week, we're going to be releasing just a few little trinkets that we've been meaning to get in that we just couldn't get into our store before the sale. So, but we are supposed to have a release in 2 weeks from tonight, and that is the plan. It's a small release, but it's a good one, and I think you guys are really going to like it. So we're playing it by ear, though. We're not making a super big commitment on that because it really depends on the shipping, because we really got hit hard, and we want to make sure you guys all get your orders before we start throwing more stuff at you. Okay, so Tom, we have to give this card away.
All right. We can do that.
Yeah. All right. So I really hope to make more than one card tonight because I was going to try to make a card out of these, and I really wanted to get to the pastels, but you know, I was a little slowpoke on this one. So, all right. So we're going to pick a winner for this one. Let's see who gets this card tonight.
That's one of my favorites.
Is it?
All right. Drum roll, please. Corny horn fanfare. Okay, the beautiful rainbow card goes to Sherrie Lindsey. Sherrie Lindsey.
Yay, Sherrie! Congratulations. Sherrie, you are the winner. So Sherrie, all you have to do is send your name and your address and tell them you won the rainbow card. Send it to info@ginakdesigns.com and we will get that right out to you. Well, everybody, I hope you had a good time this evening, and I hope you learned a little something. I don't know. I know you guys, a lot of you guys are pros, but maybe you picked up a little tip or two. So remember, our sale does end this evening at 11:59 p.m. Central Time. So people always say, well, what is that on the East Coast and what is that on the West Coast? So 11:59 p.m. Central Time would be 12:59 p.m. 12:59 a.m.
Oh, you're going to get
New
in trouble.
York.
You're going to get in trouble.
And it's 2
math.
hours. Let's see, 10:59 or 9:59 p.m. on the West Coast. It's 2 hours back on the West Coast, 1 hour ahead on the East Coast. And honestly, you guys, Mountain Time, I mean, some of you change your clocks and some of you don't. But it could be at 10:59 p.m. or it could be at 9:59 p.m., depending on whether or not you do the thing. I don't know. All right, everybody. Well, we will be back on Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday at 12 noon for another live. In the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy. I love you all so very much. And we'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.